G'day and welcome back to UCATT FC. Today we're going to be ranking every single 21 Premier League goalkeepers. I'm not going to do all the second and third choice goalkeepers because that's just a waste of time. There's only one club where I've included two goalkeepers from, so basically I've done the goalkeeper that's played the most games for every club this season, except for Brighton, because Jason Steele and Bart Verbruggen play pretty much 50-50 games. They split their goalkeeping minutes. It's an interesting strategy Brighton have going on, but it seems to be working, so I'll put both Jason Steele and Bart Verbruggen on the list for Brighton. Let's start this off with Bournemouth's keeper, whose name is Neto. I don't have a massive problem with him. For a team like Bournemouth, he's as good as you need. He's not incredible with his feet. He's a decent shot stopper. I think he's definitely Prem standard. And I don't think he's like average. I think he's decent. I think he does the job for Bournemouth. They don't concede an abundance of goals, considering they don't have the most amazing defence. You know, they are Bournemouth. They've been playing very well this season, mostly off the back of Dominic Solanke. But I don't think it's been. I think Neto has done a job for quite some time now for the Cherries. Now, Sam Johnston. So, Dean Henderson has played more. Sorry, Dean Henderson has been playing lately, but Sam Johnston has played more games than Henderson for Palace this season. Again, I think he's. I'm probably going to put him in the average range. I do think Neto is better than Johnston. I think Johnston was actually in the England Euro squad for the 2020 Euros, if I remember correctly. That was while he was in the Championship too, so even the national selectors have always had their eye on him, but I think in the Championship he was very, very good, and I think he is Premier League standard, but it doesn't mean I think he's been incredible. I think he's let in a few too many goals this season, even with a poor defence in front of him. I mean, Mark Gahey and Joachim Andersen are the worst defence, but they're definitely not, top-notch. Jordan Pickford, very good. He's England's number one. And he's still criminally underrated in my opinion. I really, really highly rate Jordan Pickford. I think he's absolutely brilliant. His shot stopping is on... His shot stop, if we're talking pure shot stopping, it's world class. I think with his feet, he's not bad either. He's going pretty much chopper very good. Alisson, he's going to be the first in world class. We've pretty much almost got one in every category so far. But, I mean, Alisson, he's the best goalkeeper in the league. In my opinion, maybe the best goalkeeper in the world. I think the combination of his footwork and shot stopping, he's so good at both on such a high level, it's ridiculous. What a player Alisson Becker is. Just, yeah, I mean, to be doing this for a team that's most likely going to win the Premier League, that's doing wonders in the Europa League. Yes, it's the Europa League. I mean, he hasn't really been playing in the Europa League, but once he gets to the later stages, we'll see his quality against European opposition. He's done it in the Premier League for such a long time now. What a player Alisson is. Mark Flecken, he can go in decent. I don't have a massive problem with him. He did actually lose his place for a few games to Strakosha, or he was ill. I think he actually did lose his place for a game, but he was ill for another couple. And Flecken's decent. He has played international football. He's good with his feet. He's a good shot stopper. He's a very modern goalkeeper. It's what Thomas Frank likes at the Bees, and I think he deserves to go in decent. People are going to argue with me about Ederson. I could put him in very good because that's a shot stopper. He isn't top, but I think with his footwork makes up for it. I think Ederson has to go in world class here, being injustice not to put him in there. I think Ederson actually won the best goalkeeper in the world. I'm not sure how. He's definitely not, but he's definitely world class. He's absolutely brilliant with his feet. He's pretty much a Kevin De Bruyne in the net. What a player. Jose Sarr. You know what? Argue with me all you want, but I'm putting Jose Sarr in very good. I think he's a really, really good goalkeeper. For what Wolves need, he's big, he's lengthy, he can reach the far corners of the net. I think he's a really, really good goalkeeper that fits the Wanderers' needs. David Raya, shot stopping's questionable. Shot stopping's very, very questionable. I think with his feet, he's brilliant, but he hasn't really reached the heights of Arsenal this season. We are ranking him off this season. Probably Raya going average. I hate to say it. I don't think he's all that, to be honest, David Raya. I actually really liked the signing at the time, but I think how they've treated Ramsdale, lying to him, I think Arteta's been disgusting in that regard. Vicario is world class. It's as simple as that. I mean, what a player he is. His shot stopping ability, with his feet, he's not world class. He's not top notch, but his shot stopping is some of the best we've seen. Probably top 3 at least best pure shot stoppers in the world. He's got to be up there. Obviously not with the longevity of a guy like Courtois, but on current form, Shot stopping wise, I mean, incredible. Vicario, world class. Onana, I think I've got to put him in not Prem standard. I loved the signing. I'm a United fan. I loved the signing. I mean, what he did with Inter Milan, not just in the Champions League, but in Serie A, was absolutely fantastic. Not just with his feet, but he was a just as good shot stopper. And he's been exposed. I mean, the Manchester United goalkeeping job is very hard, which is why it was an odd decision to remove David De Gea after 10 years in the job, in the crossroads of the football club, in the crossroads of the path of Erik ten Hag. And we've decided to go and replace the goalkeeper, a very important position on the pitch, and Onana has just failed miserably. Not good enough whatsoever. Robert Sanchez, I am going to put him in very good. I think people have criticised this season with Chelsea, but I don't think it's all been that bad. I think with his feet, he's actually very solid. And I think shot stopping, yes, some of his saves look a bit dramatic, but I do think he's a good goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. Matt Turner, not Prem standard whatsoever. Let me just quickly reorder this. I'm going to put Vicario ahead of Ederson. I'm going to go Pickford, Sarr, Sanchez. I'm going to go Fleck and then Neto. And then I'm going to go Raya, then Johnston, and I'm going to go Onana, then Turner. Yep. Turner's not Prem standard. In my opinion, he's the worst goalkeeper in the league. I think it's not even close. I think he lacks confidence. With his feet, he is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. If you ask me, would I rather have, as a pure keeper distributing, De Gea or Turner, I'd say De Gea. Turner is awful. He's an awful distributor. Shot stopping, he's not all that. Worst keeper in the league. He's a championship level keeper, in my opinion, or an Eredivisie. James Trafford, I think he can go in the middle of Flecken and Neto in decent. I think he's okay for what Burnley need. I think Burnley just do need a pure shot stopper, and James Trafford, he just won the Euros with England under 21s. He's got a bit of youth international experience. I think as a shot stopper, he's absolutely class. And he'll grow into a really good keeper for England, and I think he's got the potential one day to be the three lions number one. Now I've got two Brighton keepers, Bart Verbruggen and Jason Steele. Bart Verbruggen, he's a very, very young goalkeeper, and I mean, it's only Brighton would play a really, really young goalkeeper in the Premier League in Europe, because it's just not a position where you typically go young. But Verbruggen, I think he's decent. I do think he's decent. He's probably above both Neto and Trafford. I'll put him there. And Jason Steele, probably just below him. I do prefer Verbruggen. That's why they do play Steele sometimes, or 50-50, to, take the workload off Verbruggen. He's a young keeper. He does need an experienced head ahead of him. And I think they both work together really, really well. And Brighton haven't been all that this season, but I think their goalkeeping position has been one that hasn't been at the most of concerns. I think Verbruggen's a really modern goalkeeper, loves to use his feet. Jason Steele's that experienced head. It's a good dynamic Brighton have going on. Unique, but good. Kaminsky, top of decent for me. Top of decent. In fact, you know what? Argue with me all you want. I'm going to put him in very good ahead of Sanchez. Argue with me all you want. I think Kaminsky is an absolutely top-notch goalkeeper. I think his shot-stopping abilities are as good as anyone in the league. I think they don't really need a modern goalkeeper. He fits Luton's needs absolutely perfectly, and he'll get to a big European club. He's 31 years of age, and the highest he's gotten is probably playing 2 games with Copenhagen. He hasn't had a massive European career. Played over 100 games for Blackburn, and I think Kaminsky is going to get a move because he's just absolutely brilliant. I think it's really brought the eyes of scouts all over the world to Luton. Bert Leno, top of very good. Actually, I'll put him just below Pickford. I think Pickford's a little bit better, but what a player. I mean, he's so lengthy. Like, lengthy keepers like Leno, he's very much like Nick Pope, and he's decent with his feet, but I think his length is what makes him so good. He can get to top corners in the net as a shot stopper, and his IQ, when to come off his line, his positioning, brilliant. And that's why I'm also going to put Nick Pope he's better than Leno, definitely. I'm going to put him in world class ahead of Ederson. I think there's probably 5 world class keepers in the league, because we'll move Emi Martinez above Pope. I'll put him under Vicario, but they're probably the best 5 keepers in the league. And I think they are actually all classified world class. Alisson, Vicario, Martinez, Pope, and Ederson. I think obviously Martinez won the Golden Glove at the World Cup. Absolutely brilliant. He was a mainstay in that Argentinian World Cup run. Saved him a few times, especially that Australian round of 16 game where he broke my heart. Absolutely brilliant player. is Emi Martinez, as goes with Nick Pope. Where's Fotheringham? Where's Fotheringham? Where's Fotheringham? Probably below Onana. He isn't very good. I'll say it. He's probably not Premier League standard. But you know, Sheffield United, it's tough. It's a tough gig being goalkeeper for them, and I've got sympathy for him. He's gone through a bit this season, on and off the pitch. So yeah, probably not Premier League standard, but he's doing his best for Sheffield United. And Areola, I think he's a decent shot stopper, but I actually think Fabianski's better. Like, I think Fabianski's better. I don't understand when it went all wrong, and when Areola took the number 1 spot back off Fabianski, but it's really weird, because I remember Fabianski was the number 1 for quite a while. Areola, for me, he's probably above Verbruggen, probably above Flecken. I'll put him top of decent. I think he's a well-rounded keeper. Does the job for West Ham. Alright, thank you for watching. My best keeper's Alisson, my worst keeper's Matt Turner. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.